Hey guys, and welcome back to the Philosoc UPLB vlog. And today for Philosoc Fridays, we're gonna have another segment of Let's Ask Students of Philosophy What Tickled Their Curiosity. Question 2. What is the best philosophical line or advice that has helped you get through the pandemic?
Hello, ako po si Jeko. So si paring Mao Zedong, kung kilala niya siya, sabi niya, where do correct ideas come from? Do they drop from the skies? No. Are they innate in the mind? No. Correct ideas come from social practice and from it alone. So tingin ko, yun yung pinakamahalagang philosophical idea na natutunan ko this pandemic, no? Kasi ang daming fake news ngayon. Kaya kung sino-sino na lang yung komunista, kaya na-flatten daw natin yung curve, kaya pwede daw gamitin yung gasolina for disinfecting. So ayun, dapat alam natin kung saan natin makukuha yung correct ideas kasi hindi lahat ng opinion at ideas ay tama.
The best philosophical advice that helped me get through this quarantine is from Frank Zappa. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. I basically interpreted it as something related to online classes or online interactions. Because of this pandemic, I am forced to adapt in this new normal situation. But using this quote, I realized that deviating from what I am used to do is needed to move forward in these trying times.
A philosophical quote that had helped me throughout the years ever since I've learned about it is, "Your duty is to stand straight, not held straight." This line is from Marcus Aurelius, a famous proponent of Stoicism. I believe that it is truly important to have your own beliefs and to have something you stand up for, something that is not forced upon you by anyone else. This has helped me a lot because it's also a reminder that I should do things to better myself for myself and not to do so because other people are watching.
What my favorite quotation and from philosopher, lalo na ngayon during the pandemic that social issues are starting to arise, at what Simone de Beauvoir said before that, when women behave like women, they are accused of being inferior. But when women behave like human beings, they are accused of behaving like men. So I think as a feminist, it's a very important thing to tackle.
What's the best philosophical line or advice that has helped me get through this pandemic? It says, "We are like butterflies who flutter for a day and think it's forever," as stated by Carl Sagan in Cosmos. This quote really helped me get through the pandemic because it encapsulates how temporary things are. For a second, you're in campus with your friends having fun, and then the next you're spending around 6 months at your home during quarantine. It really helped me realize how temporary things are and how short life is. It really helped me open my eyes on whether or not there's light at the end of the tunnel if ever we stay hopeful if this pandemic will end. It really helped me realize how we should live in the moment, how we should be able to do whatever we can now in dealing with the current situation, the current problems we are facing. And that is the quote that has helped me get through this pandemic. We are like butterflies who flutter for a day and think it's forever.
One of the best lines that I read in a philosophical book during this pandemic is from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. It says, "To foresee things a long way off, and to show sobriety in all things and firmness." It taught me how to see things in a positive way and to assess things that are within our control and be able to reflect from it. I think it's very important.
Actually, yung quote na una nang pumasok sa isip ko, hindi siya necessarily galing sa isang philosopher. Pero if you think about it, pwede mo siyang i-philosophize. Now, the quote is, "Sic parvis mania." Yes, galing siya sa kay Sir Nathan Drake, and nalaman ko siya galing sa Uncharted. I love Uncharted. Now, the quote translate to greatness from small beginnings. O, di ba ang ganda? It teaches us na we can do great things no matter kung saan tayo manggagaling. Even from small beginnings, there could be greatness. So yeah, that's it.
And one I think the best piece of advice or philosophy na which got me through the quarantine is that you can learn anything. Yun. Dahil lahat ng lahat ng intricate professional fields, skills ay nagsimula yan sa mga basic na skills or basic na knowledge. At yung basic na knowledge ay well, basic and kayang-kaya magtunan ng kahit kanino, kahit sino. And yun. Sana I hope to get through this quarantine.
I think that the best line or piece of philosophical advice that I have ever received that has been helping me a lot throughout this pandemic is a quote from Epictetus. And this particular philosopher said that we suffer not from the events in our lives but from our judgment of them. And this to me is very relevant as a person who undergoes cognitive behavioral therapy, because this pandemic is not something that we wanted nor something that is within our control. So the only thing that we can really control from it is our reaction, the way we deal with it. So it's really helped me a lot to take the world as it is right now, because I know that I can't do anything, for the sake of self-preservation.
So this is no context, guys, but Descartes once said in his first meditation that at the same time, I am a man, and that consequently, I am in the habit of sleeping. And that has helped me a lot because I relate to it a lot.
Well, to me it's easy. And I don't know if he's a philosopher per se, but to me he is. And it's from Uncle Iroh when he said, "Good times create good memories, but bad times create good lessons." And I feel like that's most applicable in these times. Because hell yeah, it's a bad time, but that don't mean we gonna stop living. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep pushing forward, and we just gotta go quarantine. I'm gonna make this my beat.
Did you like that video? Because if you did, you can click on the subscribe button right here. Or if you want to check out another video, you can check out our news views right here. Thank you for watching.